Even an Apple laptop isn't guaranteed to run perfectly right out of the box, and it doesn't matter if you're using the M2 MacBook Pro or an older model. There are steps, several alterations, recommendations, and repairs you may need to optimize your experience. Today's video will focus on the M2 MacBook Pro, 7 settings you need to change. Turn off auto brightness. First of all, your M2 MacBook Pro adjusts your screen's brightness based on the amount of light entering its display thanks to a sensor incorporated into the screen's bezel. The sensor automatically adjusts the display's brightness based on the ambient light level. As useful as this is, there may be situations where you want constant brightness regardless of your location. If you're doing photo editing, where you need to maintain a constant brightness level, for example, you'll need a consistent brightness level. Turning off the M2 MacBook Pro screen's automatic brightness only takes one simple action. Access the System Preferences menu and click Displays. Now untick the box that says Automatically Adjust Brightness. Disabling True Tone is also an option if your MacBook Pro has that capability. Similar to dark mode, this feature will automatically modify your display's color settings to ensure a comfortable viewing experience, no matter the time of day or the amount of light entering the room. Speaking of dark mode, that is a feature you may want to adjust, and we'll talk about how to do that very soon, so stay tuned. Change notification settings. Inconvenient as they may be at times, Mac alerts are often necessary. Fortunately, the M2 MacBook Pro provides great flexibility in managing them on a per-app or per-system basis. So, you open up System Preferences and select Notifications. Changing the app's settings is as simple as selecting the Allow Notifications button. Alerts from apps and the operating system typically appear as a banner in the upper right corner. The alert style provides alternatives for further action, while the banner style merely displays the notification data. For instance, if you receive an alert-style reminder via reminders, you can either dismiss it or snooze it. Banners can be disabled while notifications are still allowed in other areas. Finally, if you want, you can activate Do Not Disturb at the top of the left column. During the selected time frame, you will not receive any alerts. In case you want to stop suggestions from Siri too, you would have to adjust that in different settings. We'll discuss that very soon, so stay tuned. Adjust dark mode. Now, using dark mode in macOS makes the M2 MacBook Pro screen much less taxing on the eyes, especially when working late at night. Dark mode was first introduced in macOS Mojave, but starting with macOS Catalina, you can have your MacBook Pro automatically switch to dark mode when it's nighttime. Go to your computer settings and click the General tab. The Appearance submenu of the General settings offers 3 color schemes: light, dark, and auto. If you select one, the Mac OS's wallpaper, menu bar, window colors, and more will all be updated to match the new scheme. While dark mode will automatically switch your wallpaper, you can manually adjust it and use the dark or light theme in other areas. Start in System Preferences, select Desktop and Screensaver, and pick a background. Set up Siri. Ensuring Siri is appropriately configured for your needs is crucial to using an Apple device today, and this is the procedure that should be followed. Siri can be accessed through the System Preferences menu. Select the box below to activate Siri and begin receiving responses to your questions and commands. Enable Invoke Siri. Disabling it will prevent you from asking Siri questions, but it will still make app suggestions and learn how you use your Mac. You can adjust a variety of parameters on your M2 MacBook Pro to suit your needs. You can customize Siri's language, voice, and whether or not she offers spoken feedback by assigning a new keyboard shortcut. Siri can be toggled on or off from the main menu. Siri Suggestions and Privacy also lets you decide whether or not to allow Siri access to individual apps. This determines if Siri's machine learning expertise can be leveraged to enhance the performance of these apps and whether you'll receive Siri suggestions when using them. If you want to learn more about cool features like this, subscribe to this channel to watch all our videos. Edit dock features. Moving on, if the dock's default style doesn't suit your preferences, you can change it. Customization is possible via a variety of parameters. According to Support Apple, to change system settings on your Mac, click the System Settings icon in the dock or choose Apple menu greater than System Settings. Using the top slider, change how big the dock is. If you select the magnification checkbox, the app icons will expand when you hover over them, and you can adjust the expansion size using the slider. Furthermore, you can control the windows in a variety of ways. The behavior of windows when minimized to the dock, including whether they should be minimized into their app icon or as a separate window in the dock, can all be customized through a double click of the title bar. Sync folders via iCloud. Also, having your M2 MacBook Pro and iOS device share the same desktop and documents folders is tremendously helpful. To sync these two directories, head to System Preferences greater than Apple ID, click iCloud in the left column, and select the box labeled iCloud Drive. Click the Options button to choose the desktop and documents directories in iCloud Drive. In our opinion, this is an especially helpful feature, and if you like this addition, like this video to show your support. Optimize battery charging. Changing this option is necessary if you plan to leave your M2 MacBook Pro plugged in for long periods. macOS can learn how often you charge and adjust its power management accordingly. To change your battery settings, find the battery icon in the top right corner of your screen and click it. If you don't see a battery icon in the menu bar, enable it in System Preferences greater than Energy Saver. Choose Optimized Battery Charging from the list's final section. Once the battery's charge reaches 80%, the charging process will slow down. Although purchasing a brand new M2 MacBook Pro is exciting, you should do a few things before you start using it. These adjustments will help you fine-tune your M2 MacBook Pro to work exactly as you want it to. Suppose you use an Apple tablet instead of a laptop, or you want to get one. The latest one would be the preferred option, but before you do, watch our next feature, iPad Pro 2022. What did Apple do different? No heating. Thanks for watching.